Want to talk a little bit about the escalation that's fixing to happen. Now, right now, let me see if I can even get all the names of all the countries that are at war. So, the U.S., Russia, Ukraine, Yemen, Israel, Iraq, Iran, uh, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Qatar, and Oman. Now, the reason I've got this is a map of cargo ships and fishing ships and basically just ships except for military vessels around the world. Now, I want to concentrate on China. Now, the ships you see here up top, those are almost all Japanese. The port of Los Angeles, usually there's a solid stream that looks like this, but it's going right here. Right there. I watch this all the time, and this is very abnormal. So I think what's going on is the Chinese are going to stop sending us stuff. I think we get a lot of like cheap plastic goods and small appliances from China, basically just a bunch of junk. And I think they're going to save all that metal and plastic for the upcoming conflict. Now, originally the big four were going to be against the West, because all these fronts are the same war. It was going to be Russia, Belarus, Iran, Yemen, China, North Korea against, let's just call it the West. The Israelis whipped us up into attacking Iran. Of course, we want to do it piecemeal. We can't fight them all at once, but if we could just take out, they were hoping that the Ukrainian war, that Europe would step up and that Russia would collapse. Well, with the high oil prices now, Russia's coffers are filling, and with Iranian oil off the market, they're going to fill even more. And countries in Europe are going to cut deals with Russia, and so this is World War III. We're just in the early stages of it. Now, again, I've got to say, so I don't get it taken down, that this is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The plan, I believe, is the remaining powers kind of got together, Russia and China, and they said, well, let's sacrifice Iran and let them chew up a lot of our missiles, like Russia was getting theirs chewed up in their conflict with Ukraine. Let's face it, it wasn't them fighting Ukraine; it was them fighting NATO. All the weapons were ones we gave them. The intel was them. Yes, there were Ukrainians fighting 99% of the time, but there are U.S. Special Forces and mercenaries on the ground there. As long as they can keep this Iranian front open and the Gulf of Hormuz closed, they're going to choke out and weaken the West. So the Strait of Hormuz has 20% of the world's oil go through it. All of Japan's oil comes through there. Japan has 150 days strategic reserve. Now, they've already been chewing into that for 10 days. The Pentagon's already getting ready for this Iranian conflict to last through September. Sometime at the first of, or maybe the 10th of August, Japan's going to run out of oil. They are going to run out of oil. And China's got 90 days of oil. However, China is still getting replenished oil from Russia. And so they're not even in near as bad a shape as Japan. Japan's stock market is already starting to wear down really bad. And they're going to be in a big recession here way before they run out of oil. The longer they can stretch this out, if they can stretch this out, the Iranian problem till July, that's what they're looking for. So we're going to put boots on the ground, and it's going to be 5,000 to 10,000, and that won't be enough to do anything. So they're going to end up sending more boots on the ground. Well, we don't have that many. Now, these are going to be Marine Expeditionary Forces, but the size of our army is 486,000, and of those, maybe 70,000 can actually fight. The rest of them are cooks and do radar and work on stuff. So our army isn't big enough to invade Iran on the ground. It's not even close. When we fought in World War II, we had 12 million people under arms and all the services combined. We have a fraction of that, and we're going to fight Russia, China, North Korea, and Iran, and basically the rest of the Middle East. They will unite against Israel. Now, Israel's pretty much flattened. Ben Gurion Airport really doesn't even exist anymore. They say it'll take a year to get it back up. Oman as a country is almost totally gone now. They've lost 80% of their oil infrastructure has been destroyed already. Haifa's screwed up in Israel. They're starting to hit the Shephelah region. They are hitting Tel Aviv. Looks a lot like Gaza in some places now. Half of Tel Aviv looks like Gaza a year ago. So they're going to try to stretch it out, and the longer they stretch it out, the more unpopular. Trump's lost so much popularity, even among his base, that all they got to do is last it out a little bit, and the tide will turn against him. Even more Republicans will go against him. I believe they'll start throwing tactical nukes. We'll probably start it off in lieu of Israel doing it. It'll start off, both sides will start using tactical nukes. Maybe Russia will throw a tactical nuke in Ukraine. And then in 2027 will be the big exchange. But anyway, I wanted to draw to your attention that marine traffic between China and specifically the LA port, like I said, usually it looks like this from Japan up to Seattle, but it's solid across. So they're starting to hunker down, and y'all need to really start getting prepared. Thank you. I'm out.